Okay, here we go. Now we're live on this one here. We did a little move over. I know my hair's a mess. I just did not have time to deal with it today. Okay, here we go. Woo. Now we're up higher. So I hope everybody turned around and saw that we have moved to the usual platform. So, with that being said, let's see, I just got a queue up. So that's from Brody. So it's like, let's see, so it's on YouTube. Also, it's like of all the things too. It's like I don't know if anybody can hear me saying it, because I didn't have the mic over here. And then Brody says that he's good. He doesn't want to go live chat. So anyway, as I was saying, so you got all this stuff going on politic-wise, and it really is starting to get a bit of pain in the ass type stuff. Because I mean, what is really good? What good is coming of all this? None. Nothing. It's just making everybody start to hate even more. You know, those in there. I'm looking for my USB charger for my phone, because my phone is about 20%. Actually, it's 10%. That's part of the reason that we jumped off from playing and moved over. So there you go. I don't know if anybody knows salsa about the death toll. This keeps rising, And here's the sad truth. So I've known a ton of people now, up in the 20s. At this point, I think, if I'd have to recount, I think around now 28 people that I know have passed away from it. There's been, we lost some Shriners at Abdallah, and there we go. Now the phone's charging, but here's the it's going to bring up iTunes, and I have to freaking click on the goddamn iTunes. I freaking don't understand why it wants to connect to iTunes every freaking time, because I'm not doing things with iTunes. Your iPhone being synced now. Don't. Anyway. Shit, I had the wrong button. I didn't. I meant to. I wanted to quit. I just misread that completely. Anyway, so, first of all, you had him, and of course, because we were just playing the Star Wars game for, because of David Prowse. The fact that he passed away from COVID also is what the final thing that came out on his what caused him to die. So, yeah. So anyway, I mean, this is just tearing through. And let's see, I don't know if I already said it, but one of my friends that I grew up with, his older brother just passed this past Sunday, and it's kind of it makes you sit there and kind of think about things, because it's like, especially I know so many personally, and through when I was doing my EMT class, my medic classes, EMT, my firefighter ones, all that stuff. It's like there's a lot of people from there that have passed. So it's just one of the most annoying things that I can ever tell people is when people say you want to do the whole it's not real, but no, it is very, very real. Now, on to the next thing. So also this week, you got, besides all the crazy shit that's been going on, let's see. Yeah, I guess I already talked about the fart that Giuliani did. Hold on, we're typing a message here. Put this on. Since I switched over, I guess it just got that way. If anybody's looking for something, like it's like, oh, there he is, and copy. Because we're gonna put this on my regular small page, and then we're also gonna put it on the big one. I'm trying to push everybody over to the one that I always keep updating the most. So, but you know what? Let's talk about something that's going to be fun. On December 19th, we're doing bingo. Now, here is the crazy part with it. This is not just any bingo. It is virtual bingo. Virtual bingo. What does that mean? Well, that means you're going to be doing it live online. Now, so we're going to be doing it live online, and basically, here's how the whole system is going to go. It's 15 games. Okay, you get a total of 15 games. If you buy a card for every single game, you'll spend $17. Okay, for a card, and I don't, of course, I freaking have one, but basically, the book, it has a total, each page, each game, you have 9 different squares that you can bingo on, or bingo in 9 different ones, except for the 13th, or yeah, the 14th game of the night, which is our Christmas bonus game. Now that one is actually, we started selling tickets this past week, and that one's picking up. Okay, because of COVID and we had to stop with the bingo, we were around like $520 is what jackpot was, because what happened is like every single week, the goal was, okay, because the last year we did it for only a few months and actually drove it up. Our last day was supposed to be December 21st, I think it was, playing bingo, but is that because of COVID? So every week, people were buying these Christmas bonus games. So let's say you had 99 people buy the game, and the games were $1. They're $1 each, and there's basically you're getting 2 for 1 because that had 2 sets of numbers together that you could use. Every square had 2 numbers. You could use either one of those numbers to get the thing. So, let's say you sell 99 of them. So basically, the split was 33, 33, 33. Okay, all right, and then rounding the best that you can on the giveaway. So you had 99. You get $33 went to the house. 33 went to the winner of that night, and then the other 33 went into the bank, which was what we were building up for the whole the whole time. And then, of course, COVID, and and we left off with those few times that we were able to play at $520. Well, right now, just this past week, the sales alone for that one has put it over 600. So that's and with that night, for that night's game, when you buy, half the sales to play that night will go into the current pot, and the other to the house, because it is a 50-50 game now, which means you have winner gets 50% and the house gets 50%. We got then right after that we have the blackout game, which is a $500 prize. Now, once again, it's the same, because if sales keep like they are, we will raise the prize up over $500. But at least that's what I'm urging for them to do. It's gonna have to put their above. I mean, it's gonna be paying ass, but that's only 2 games right there. that are 500 or more. The other 13 games, the jackpots are $99. So if you're a lone winner in a game, you'll get the $99. If there's two winners, we split the jackpot between two winners, and we give 15 to each. I know it doesn't have 99, but it becomes hey, it's just easier to split a even number than it is trying a lot of times to split odd numbers. So that being also you don't have to freaking deal with trying to figure it out and have change. It's like God, this, and also this 10 cents. It's like it's that. Now, as I said, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for the next couple of weeks, we will be open at Abdallah Shrine, 5300 Metcalf, selling books, 5 to 7, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday these next couple of weeks. We might do one on that Saturday morning. Then at Saturday night, we start playing at 5 o'clock. So you have to have your books already bought before then. Now, I know this was one part I had to sit there and explain to some of the people that were helping. We're going to have two different feeds. We'll have the Abdallah Shrine bingo page, which is basically a little if you go in Facebook, it's just at Abdallah. Abdallah has a capital A, then bingo. The whole word bingo is in capitals. You can watch it on there, and the other feed will be right here. So that way we're not bogging up, making it easier for the people who are watching for bingos to go and be able to see bingos. They're just not losing it because everybody's typing. People are typing and talking, chatting at the same time. So what will happen then is, as soon as one of the people see that there's just bingo up there, we stop, because now the people who say bingo, not when they say bingo, the people watching will say, "We've got a bingo here." The winners will have to call the shrine so that we can get the number off of the free space that's on there of that they're winning, squares, and verify that there is a bingo. And of course, if there's multiple winners, and we're going to have multiple people answering the phones, but if for some reason it comes up busy, you just keep playing. You just keep calling, because we're not going to start again until we are at the point where it's like, okay, we got all the bingos. All right, next game. And it's it. This is going to be one of those easy to take breaks in between and that kind of stuff. But I said it's just gonna be one of those. It's a nice little experiment, because the bingo is the biggest fundraiser that the shrines do, and this year has been very tough because we lost over, I'd say we lost 3/4 of the bingos for the year. So I said, that's the biggest fundraiser and we were then having a demolition derby that got canceled because of the COVID, which actually would have been fun, because it used to be rodeo, but they're pushing more towards the derby part now instead. So, which it's more modern, because I agree with a lot of people kind of rodeos, but seeing people stupidly put together their own cars and ram each other, that's entertainment. So, at least in my opinion, it is. But anyway, going along with that, and also, of course, we haven't been able to have meetings, so we haven't been able to put together gun raffles, and just all that stuff. All of it. So that's where we're going to try this. And if this works, it's a success, we're going to turn around and Kansas changed their rules, because it was that in Kansas there was no virtual. They were no, but because of COVID, they laxed up, and we're like, virtual's okay. You just can't do progressives. The price amount changes from week to week to week until the things hit. But they're going to let us do it until they decide that we can open again. Because I mean, even when it was, it was like, okay, well, there's not, the numbers kind of went stagnant for a little while, and they were still like, no. Which, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's just one of those. Even though it's a big building, we'd only be able to allow half the usual attendance. Oh, hold on. Come out. This is Kylo. Oh, he's permanent. Anyway, so again, well, side story. The reason his name is Kylo is because the first black cat that we got was named Vader, because he was a little kitten. We named that because both me and Brody loved Star Wars, and then later on in life, as he grew older, and he was fueled by hatred so much that he used to, when Spring would travel, he always slept in the bed next to me. He slept up on her pillow. Well, when she'd be home, then he would be laying up there, and she'd go to movie, and he would hiss at her, and then he was declawed, but he would fight her to turn around and say, a dominating space, and I'd have to say, Vader, come here, and I had to move him, and then as he got up and would move away, he just So yeah, that's how he got the hello. He got the name Vader, and then this little guy was a baby kitten. What's up, Daniel? He was a kitten that Brody found after he graduated. He was going over to his friends. They were riding shopping carts down the hills and stupid stuff like that. Well, this guy, it was a kitten. He was small. You could hold him in one hand. Okay. Apparently, his friend told him, hey, he's been sitting in the yard for 2 days. It hasn't moved. And he was at that age and that stuff and size that he was still probably feeding from mom. But I mean, look at the size of this guy. I mean, it's one of those, if you put a little fur on his ears, he would look like a baby Maine Coon. But, yeah. So, Brody brings home, and that video is on the channel under my videos of he was so hungry that he sounds like a turkey as he's eating. We put down cat food and all that kind of stuff. I know, that is a big ass cat. You should see another one of our cats is a big ass cat. It's in there. It's him eating, and when he's a baby kitten, and you could see right in that thing, he's shedding. There we go. So he, the whole time he's purring and eating at the same time, he sounds, he goes, funniest thing ever. And the video is on the channel. So, I know we got a little sidetracked with that one there, but let's see. Things coming. Here's one thing. Okay, this is of course probably the worst time of year in my opinion right now. 4 years ago, on the day after Veterans Day, now in 2016, my dad passed away. He had some mini heart attacks and that stuff, and he just thought he wasn't feeling good. And then he was relaxing, but his body was too worn out because they went shopping after, because he laid down for a little while and he got up and felt better. Just thought he had maybe a little bit of a cold. They went out. My mom and dad went out shopping, and then came home. He wound up having another one, set of the little heart attacks, and because of the earlier ones and stuff, his body was weak and it couldn't keep restart, I guess you could say. No matter what the paramedics did, they just couldn't go on. He was just drained at that moment. And and this year with the whole pandemic thing, it's like it it just made it worse because I know my mom had a knee replacement done a few weeks back, and I'm taking care of because it's like I was being on all my brothers. I'm I'm done with work early, and if I can go over there and help. Okay, my three brothers all work in landscaping for a couple different landscaping companies, and it's harder for them. They've also, they have all of them. They still have young kids, and that's the one thing I'm glad I don't have is young the Brody's graduate and out of school because man, this is. I mean, it's just I don't see how the whole school thing they could still work and stuff. It's but you got groups going virtual and all that. That it's just like man, and then I mean it was hard enough at times on the weekends and at times where he had homework, helping him out. I mean because what the stupid things is like with the new math and that. Math I was good at. In high school, I was getting college credits for math. Um, Brody was in some of the same classes like that. It was math, but the textbook it made it hard for him to understand. It made it hard for me to understand because the textbooks now in math that they're using Turner. I swear to God, it was like a social studies book. I mean, there was weird story and that kind of stuff. Then they would break the problem and and it was just the way they're breaking down just did not make sense. And it's like, if you're going to show a breakdown, don't include words in there and little stories. Because I mean, it's like you took 3 pages to go and do a problem using the FOIL method, which is, of course, first, outer, inner, and last. And it comes, with the multiplications, all this stuff, making you to find out what is, 3x equals what, and it's going through all that. But anyway, so it's like, how can you expect? I mean, it's like now you have all these kids, they're having people having to take off work and stuff because they have to be there for the kids' virtual school. Because if the kids don't do it on their own, there's some that will. But the thing is, younger kids, especially, they're not going to understand. They're not going. It's going to be harder. They're not. Who knows if they're going to wind up logging on. Another cat came in. Anyway, so this year has been worse because it's like I think about uh, the fact that mom had surgery. It's like in her past surgery, of course, my dad was there and took care of her. And it's just now it's just one of those. It's like I just miss her so much and stuff because I don't think I can. And he opened up the closet door by himself, a weirdo. But it just I just made me think of the fact that it's just really hard. But anyway, and then of course the thing that's the just cherry on top of all of it is the hope for the holidays. And reading letters, of course, it's like from 2016, number of years after that, it some stories that made me think of my dad. But this year it's a bit worse because the fact is that my mom had to have surgery and that stuff, and she can't get around on her own yet. But it just really kind of sunk in differently. That and there's always some letters that are just like, what the fuck are you thinking? Did you write it? And this isn't a write in your wish list. We're not refurnishing a home or stuff like that. So, but then now here's where this year's the irritation that just pissed me off so much. I'm the one who does the first reading of letters. I download them and print them off, read them, put in separate piles. That's what they wanted me said. And you got the people who are writing because they want, you know, a whole new set of living room furniture. It's like, no, you know, that there's no reason that good reason they're even asking for it. You know, it's just because they changed the color inside they repainted inside the house, and I'm just so depressed because my couch doesn't match the walls. You know, the long color scheme. And it's like, oh, it's just that's just something about it. This year we had a couple days ago one of the letters where a doctor called in to make a donation. He was a long-time listener. He was saying, you know, the story the guy was where the guy he had throat cancer and had to have his larynx removed, and so he ended up off, and it was kind of sad, you know, kind of sad story. And this doctor, who, you know, he called in, it triggered something in him, and he donated $2,500, which just finished the letter completely right there. Then, so later, there an email comes in that basically says in there, I remember when Hope for the Holidays meant something. Now you can't even get on the air unless you donate thousands of dollars. And so it used to be about people helping people, but now you just see it just like everything else is just become a sellout. And it's just like, okay, one is I had to respond because it's just like I was just irritated. I responded. I was like, you know, if you really listened, there's the before Thursday, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there were tons of people calling that, you know, $50, $25, you know, stuff like that. There was tons, and the fact that that he also pointed out in this email said that he was a doctor. Well, I don't. It's almost like, okay, you know, typed in, told him, said, you know, yeah, so what? The guy's a doctor. Your profession means nothing. Okay, if you know, it's like if someone, you know, he obviously something triggered him to call and make that donation. I mean, why would you turn someone away and say no, you can't because you're a doctor and you want to donate too much money? You know, the whole, it's one of those, this thing goes to people help, you know, the community helping other people's communities. Like, well, you know what? He's part of the community. He lives in the area. So what? Why? You know, here's the thing: a majority of people who probably make money, you know, his style of money in the upper pay ranges and that stuff. How many of them donate? I don't think a lot of them do. I mean, I don't think they do and that stuff. I don't know that for sure, but the fact still comes down to you're bitching because someone here who lives in town. You know what, Dan? I already did a shot because I say after I got home from because we sold bingo books tonight, and it's Friday. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. These next couple of weeks from 5 to 7. We are selling bingo books for our virtual bingo game on December 19th. But so yeah, I already did that, and we're just calling it at night on that for now. Maybe later might do another one, but right now I'm good. Also, because I was trying to play a game online, our video a game, me playing a game, so people could watch on YouTube. That's just a phenomenon upon itself. It's like you're watching someone else play a video game, instead of playing a video game yourself. I just it's like, these kids today, what's with them? Because it kind of is what the hell is that all about? But anyway, back to the whole thing. It just really just irritated me so much that someone would complain and say, that unless you have this much money, you can't get on the air to donate. It's like, well, no, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, it's just like, what kind of asshole says something like that and bitches because someone donated a lot of money and helped someone? It's just one of those. It's one of those the same people that turn around and they see a charity and then they turn around like, well, I'm not donating. The people who the whole March for Dimes thing, because you have people saying, well, it's called March of Dimes because for every dollar they kept a dime, and they donated a dime of it and kept the rest, which is the stupidest little fairy tale that I've ever heard. But yes, there are some charities that are not reputable, but you can look it up online. The Shrine Hospitals have top 4-star ratings in that because there are some salaries that have to get paid because you need medical directors in the facility, people the in charge ones, and they do need a few full-time doctors and stuff like that. And because most of them, they're all doctors, new doctors, stuff like that, nurses who donate their own time to work in there. But as I said, you do have to have a few full-time staff members. That's just how it is. I mean, there's no charity that I think. Yeah, I mean, done with that part there. So, but the thing is, because the rating was so high, because there is a big amount that goes into the hospitals and that stuff. So, it got high rating for that, and of course, this year has been hell, and so we're doing the bingo just to try to make up for all the lost revenue that we'd be bringing in for put into the end of the year donation. That goes into the whole big thing back into the hospital stuff like that. Just says, yeah. I mean, that's just. I don't know. Tonight. Okay, how you played some people? Oh, Daniel, I guess you could tune in a little later after I talked about it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the next 2 weeks, we are selling cards at Abdallah Shrine for December 19th. It's going to be virtual. We're going to have on 2 different feeds, one on this channel, and the other will be on the Abdallah Bingo Facebook page. So that's how you do it, because we're going virtual. We're just doing a big Hail Mary to try to salvage something from this year, since we've missed 3/4 of the year of being able to play. And so State of Kansas has agreed to letting us do it, because before they really no virtual. But anyway, here's the thing: there are 15 games. If you buy one of every game, you'll be paying $17. Okay, that's going one, because only a couple of games you can buy multiples of, and that's the end of the night, or the end of the stream blackout, and the Christmas bonus game. Which the Christmas bonus game was something we were doing, and is start off where it's kind of like a 50-50. Where the winner, what happens each time we play, the money that night that comes in, you got 33% of it goes to the person who calls a bingo that night, 33% to the house, and the other part went to the bank. Hold on. There's no one here. I don't care. This is my room, and if they don't like it, they shouldn't be standing where I can sneeze on them. So, Okay, so when it was made to stop, the jackpot got up to like $520. So right now we're over 600, for what the prize would wind up being in sales. Because now it's going to be the last one of the year. It's a 50-50 split. That's a 50, it becomes a 50-50 game. So that money goes in to the pot with the 520. And then the winner would get all of it. I said right now it's over 600. Anyway, you got that one, and then the end of the night it's a blackout game where you have to basically every card has a free space in the middle, and then you have 24 other ones that you have to fill all of them. And right now that is set at $500 jackpot because that's what we always set it at every week. But right now, because of sales, they've been pretty good. We might be raising it. There's a good chance. Just kind of one of the end of the year things. The share, I guess you'd say. But the other 13 games, every jackpot is $99. So it's one of those you pay $17 for if you play one of every game, and the jackpots are nothing below $99 unless we have two winners, because it's one of those we just go, and if someone pops out and says bingo before the game's called officially over, then and they verifies that it is good, then we do the split. We don't, because it's I know some people bitch about it because then they turn around and win and they have to share with somebody else. But thing is, even when we're doing it live, it becomes one of those. It's like some of those guys can't hear shit at all. So some people do not talk loud enough where they can hear them yell bingo, because it's like they just go bingo, bingo, and that's it. They don't do very loud. It's like after every single week, I have to yell, move away from the mic, yell, bingo. Okay, that's how you call it. There's $99. I know it's compared to the another jackpot, which is the $500 game. $99 to $99. Like hell, right now, think of all the McRibs you could buy for that. Which, if you didn't know, the McRib is back, and they are as delicious as ever. Yesterday, I wound up getting one because it's like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm getting a freaking McRib. And it was good. Now, if they just had the Shamrock Shakes out at the same time, then it's like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and, right now I'm at 190 pounds. I'm just going to go ahead and let that go and just become 300 from McRibs and Shamrock Shakes. That was worse than that. That was actually real good. And they'll still do it if you ask for it, with those Halloween Sonic Blast, where they're if you just ordered the Halloween Blast, they had Oreo cookies. Oh God, what was with that? Snickers, and it was peanut butter cups, Reese's in there. So you had those three things together, and you could have it as vanilla or a chocolate. Now, I always asked for a substitution because here's things: Snickers are okay, right? But I don't want to be eating in my ice cream. It's just like I just really don't like that. Don't want it. So I asked them, can I substitute? I'd always substitute the chocolate chip cookie dough in there, and it was always chocolate. And it's just one of those that's like, I'm just like, let's go to Sonic. Of course, Sabrina's like, she knew I wanted the shake. Or there's a couple times where we were doing something, I can't remember. But I know we went over to my mom's because I had to do something over there for her. And I look over, it's like, you know what? You were a good girl today. You did really good. You deserve a Sonic ice cream. And she's like, you wanna blast? It's like, yeah, I want the Halloween blast. So yeah, it's just so transparent as you can tell, I guess. But no, so and also Daniel, you know what? I guess you missed this too. About if you had asked about the bingo, the latest QAnon conspiracy, of course, is Joe Biden is actually wearing a tracker, GPS tracker, that on his ankle, so the, uh, the authorities can keep track of him. That's he's just trying to hide it underneath that boot that is happened to fracture his foot, and he is wearing, which that I will say that was pretty creative and that's kind of funny. It's as ridiculous as that would be and sound. That was actually pretty funny. So it's one of the funnier little conspiracies. So now, let's see what do we got coming up. I mean, hell, we got 2 more weeks until Christmas hits, and of course, they're urging everybody, don't go. Well, this is Canada. The one of the political people up there was telling Canadians, it's gonna suck, but stay home. Don't don't go to get family friend gatherings. Just stay home this year. Which the truth is, watching some of these other countries that did stuff like that. I know that it was one of uh, the Asian countries and stuff where the only people who are outside were military police to make sure you stayed inside. Because if you didn't stay inside and they tell you to get inside, you don't, you get shot. So either way, they were going and trying to kill the virus, whether it was kill you and dump you, or to let you live and go in your house. And now it was actually pretty it worked. So, and also the one thing, this is the one deal that just another thing that kind of drives me insane is when people say, if we had a plan for a pandemic. The thing is, they did. They had a plan. But as soon as Trump became president, it was one of the many things that Obama put together that he threw out and just burnt. And it's just one of those like, what the fuck? Because when did they have the plan come out? It's when H1N1 hit. They had to deal with that, and a pandemic plan was put together. But as I said, because it was Obama who created it, gone. So there were ways that this all could have been prevented, and apparently Donald Trump he didn't really care because he has some hard on to go after Obama, which is kind of weird, sick, and it's just weird. Okay, I mean, what, does he have a crush on him or something? I don't know. Maybe that's his fantasy. It's not the chicks look like Melania and stuff like that. It's actually he wants a black male to basically bang him in the butt, right up his old Trump poop shoot, which would be funny to see. Actually, that would be funnier than hell, at least in my mind. Yeah, it all comes back around to the butt sex. Why not? So, that's as things get closer to the end of the year, everything's gonna be interesting. As I said earlier, I really do believe that Trump is trying to burn this country to the ground. That's what it's like. You had all those lawsuits kicked out, that there was no voter fraud. You had your own people that you appointed saying, hey, there was no voter fraud. But so you fire them, and it's just one of those, son of a bitch, just let it go. And then you got has said, the guy down in Georgia, the politician that was, yeah, just going crazy, what, in his little Trump suit and hat, telling people, don't vote, don't go vote. We'll show them, don't go vote. They want then to turn around and have the Democrats take over the Senate because they just want to burn it to the ground. Then, it's just one of those stupidest thing ever that you would think of. But problem, and one of the other problems is, what is it? That's going to be what makes this country have a third political party, because Trump will try to take over the Republican Party. His son's already said that they're taking over the party and running it, and so the Republican Party will not exist anymore. It'll be a name, but in actually that might not. It's like, I think they'd change it to the Trump Party. Yeah, label it like he did the states that failed, the airplane that failed, the university that failed. Why not a political party that fails? Why not? And then the other Republicans, the ones who, like Mitt Romney, the guys who you're like, don't agree with some of their stuff, but at least they're not trying to hurt and make threats that if you don't go after, let me tweet or Facebook and that, I will not fund the military. Get this stuff, just weird, stupid stuff like that. They'll form a new party and get a three-party system. Then after a while, when the three-party system is going through, of course there'll be some Democrats, the crazy left wings, will get upset, like AOC and all that stuff. They'll be mad because they want, especially she is pushing and just rubbing up the Biden, trying to get a cabinet position, but he's not going to take it. There's of course, just placement of everything. He doesn't have enough of this. He doesn't have enough of that. And the radical left, they will split and make their own party. And so now we'll have a 4 TL political party system. And then maybe everybody will be happy. We don't have the two anymore. We have more choices. But yet the thing is, the belief systems and stuff. Nobody can look past the whole. That person's in this party. I can't look at it, which is dumb. As I said before, I'm in the middle. I just, in all honesty, when the year that Trump won the presidency in 2016, I was watching all the basic stuff. I mean, yes, I voted for Obama. I voted for Clinton. I voted for Kerry. But actually, in that year, I was pulling for Bush. It's like, he was, he I think would have been one of the best choices. But it's just that's my opinion. And so I've been voting Republican. Hell, I voted in Wayne County District 37. I voted for that Jennifer. I can't remember her last name, but she was Republican. I wrote her in. A lot of people did, because that Aaron Coleman kid is just, and well, now of course he's getting more power. And here's the one thing that pisses me off at this county, in the surrounding area is, okay, Aaron Coleman, if you remember, he's the kid who's maybe like 20, 21 now, in middle school, and this is all stuff it's in the news. He even admitted to it when confronted. Had credible threat that he was bringing a gun to school, and he was charged, but of course sealed because he was. But then it got out after the first time election, the primary. So you have that. You have the girl he was turned around and was blackmailing for naked pictures. You have another girl who attempted suicide because he would not leave her alone. He just verbally abused her and beat her down so much that she tried to commit suicide. And then you had his girlfriend this past December, well, of course, not boyfriend, girlfriend anymore, where he got mad at her and he choked her. Okay? He reached out and started violently choking her. And the whole thing was, it can't, it's because he got mad at her, which, of course, I guess you don't be happy around somebody to choke them. I mean, unless you're a psychopath, which maybe, in this case, it's like good, that's an option also. He just kept talking, trying to tell me, I want a threesome, just all over. And she said, well, why didn't, because she wasn't interested. She's like, well, so you can have one. I'll break up with you for a day. You do that, then we're back together. And something about that just set him off. So, I mean, see, here's the thing. Why would that set somebody off? How many guys out there, if their girlfriend said, listen, I don't want to have a threesome, but I'll break up with you for a day, and you can go have one, and then we'll get back together. How many guys would not take that chance? Because you've been given permission, and they can't turn around and get mad and say, oh my God, you did it. Well, yeah, you said it was okay. You gave me permission. You can't take it. There's no refunds on given permissions. None. Stay with it. So right now, these girls are being, and this is what I said, this is the part that pisses me off so much about the area, is the fact that the girls are being berated and victimized, verbally and that kind of stuff by everybody, by people around. It's like, now the kid is kind of, which he'll probably get fired from anyway, because he's not quite right, and he really needed to not run, get some help, therapy, psychiatrist, whatever, give it some time, and then run. Because then that becomes one of those, when the stuff comes up like that, you can turn around, instead of laughing about it and thinking it's a joke, you can turn around and say, I did 5 years of therapy, I've worked through some issues, and I'm not that person anymore. That is respectable. That I can at least can say, you know what, all right, I could give someone that did something like that a chance, because he was younger, but if you did that, say, you know what, everybody deserves to have, a do-over. So, but nope, that was not how it all went. And that is why, if anybody out there who is friends with me on Facebook, or checks out any of my videos, if you know any of the girls, the girls that that are being victimized, have them get a hold of me, because I'd like to go and give them, a chance to say their story, to let everybody know, that what they're doing is hurting, these girls that were victims of a crazy person, someone who, I mean, to be that, his age, and then just doing all the things he did. It's like, said, you need help. How can you turn around and actually look at yourself? And I'd like to know how the people who are, going after these girls verbally and stuff, how can they turn around and look at themselves, especially if they have daughters, things like that. I mean, that's just, that just goes into the realm of, of everything just being fucked up. So, I know tonight was just a real fun. Hell, I didn't even talk about the fact that also Maradona died. I mean, Jesus Christ. That was just the thing. The fact that Maradona was so loved that Um, every team that weekend that played, they had tributes to Maradona, except for Barcelona. They didn't do anything for the most part, and that's who we played for. But all the other clubs had a special thing for him. The country of Argentina took a 3-day mourning and that stuff. So 3 different mournings and stuff for him. Because after all, if he had a statue the country built after he won the World Cup, and it's like one of Rocky stuff, this huge statue. I mean, he was a god in Argentina, and also, he was also at that time was the best player in the world. He was Messi before Messi was born, and Messi's the new improved version of Messi. So, but speaking back to Barcelona, one of the clubs he played for, them not doing anything that I even heard about. Diego Maradona was number 10. That's the number he wore. Messi wears number 10 also, because in soccer it's unlike like baseball and stuff like that. You wear the jersey, the numbers are assigned, and it's based on the positions you play. So anyway, so Messi has this just incredible run down field, incredible shot, scores. He takes his Barcelona jersey off. Underneath, he was wearing one of the old boys, the old boys jerseys, which is one of the Argentina club teams that Maradona played for. And it turns out it was actually Maradona's shirt. He gave it to him. So so he wore that underneath the jersey. He took his jersey off, and did the whole his fingers pointing at the sky thing. And turns out he's the club fined him for that, and it's just like that is something. It's just I don't know. That's what I like on my Facebook right now with Maradona's on, and I actually going to be changing that before too long. I don't want to put up there yet, but it's going to be something interesting, I think. But who knows? So anyway, I know tonight was a weird ramble and that kind of stuff, but hey, next week, Dollar Shrine, 5300 Metcalf, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 7. We'll be selling the books and that stuff to play. Hey, it's one of those things. Said the smallest jackpot is $99, and there's 13 games of those. Then the last 2 are the really big money games. It's one of those. What else? Saturday night, COVID's going on. It's probably better if you stayed home and played the bingo, because that's a little less germ spreading out there for everybody. So anyway, thank you for listening. Be sure to tell your friends and get them to check out the channel, and also don't forget to subscribe and like, and pass that around your friends. I mean, even if they decide I don't want to watch it, just like it. Just that'll make him happy. All right. So, all right, everybody. Well, good night.